Welcome to Mac Voices. This is the talk of the Apple community, and I'm Chuck Joyner. Folks, this is the Mac Voices March 2023 update to keep you informed about everything that's going on behind the scenes and in front of the camera at Mac Voices. We have several things to talk about this month. The first, a couple weeks ago, you may have caught a Mac Voices live conversation where we discussed the fact that sharing podcasts maybe is not as easy as it could be or as it used to be. And I have confessed that I think I may have taken my eye off the ball a little bit because I sort of forget that the way the podcast started out were through RSS feeds. There was one RSS feed. That's what you subscribe to. But over the years, we've developed all kind of podcast players. They have their own ways of subscribing folks to their podcasts within those players. And also some services are out there. They have the same problem. So I've been delinquent in keeping up with some of that. I've fixed it now because if you go to the Mac Voices website, you're going to see small tabs that if you click through will let you subscribe to Mac Voices or Mac Voices TV or Mac Voices video in whatever the tab says. So that now there's support for, among others, and I'm not going to list them all. You can go to the website and see. But we have Spotify, we have Overcast, we have Pandora, we have Amazon Music. All the places that Mac Voices is available to you are now in that bar, allowing you to click through, and it will take you and load up your favorite podcatcher so that you can subscribe right there. It's long overdue. I was not paying attention because I just assumed that everybody was still using or able to access things through the RSS feed. And apparently, yes, you can still do that if you know what you're doing, but it's not so easy. So now if you want to share Mac Voices with someone, you can just say, go to macvoices.com, find the link or the tab that says subscribe to or listen to Mac Voices in this. Click that. It'll launch your preferred podcast player and let you subscribe there. So sorry about that. If you've run into that problem in the past or if it's been a little bit of a hassle for you, hopefully this will fix it. Second thing to talk about is something new that you may have seen in the last week or two in Mac Voices. It's sort of a show within a show. Charlotte Henry and I have teamed up to talk about Apple TV Plus and Apple as a media company in general with a new show called TV Plus Talk. We decided to release this in our respective feeds as opposed to setting up something new, because that way you will get a taste of it, see if you like it, see if you think it's important. I've already gotten a lot of positive feedback for it. So eventually it may break out into its own thing. It may just stay as something we distribute within our respective feeds. But I'd love to have your thoughts on it. TV Plus has become such a big deal in so many areas now in the media industry. Apple itself has been in part of the media industry for so long. And we talk about that in the first episode, about how it sort of got there as being part of the creator aspect of media. And now it's moved out in front of the camera to do productions and distribution through TV Plus. And obviously with shows like Ted Lasso and Mythic Quest and all the others that I could go on about, it has really changed things a lot. So if you're interested in that aspect of it, you'll see the TV Plus Talk logo within Mac Voices. Charlotte and I are still working out exactly how often we will do it, probably about once a month, give or take, or we may do it as things develop or get hot in the Apple TV Plus realm and the Apple as media company realm. But definitely check it out. Please let me know what you think. Last thing to mention is you've probably already gotten used to Webb Bixby and Eric Bolden as Mac Voices patrons being part of the Mac Voices Live panel. And I always appreciate their contributions because they come at things quite a bit differently than some of the other members of the panel. Now I'm happy to announce that Kyle Swagger has also joined the panel to be a regular contributor when it's possible. And I say that because Kyle is located in the Philippines, in Manila. So the time zone situation is a little bit challenging. But fortunately, it's actually far enough away that it may work out for him to participate. So welcome, Kyle. If you're not familiar with Kyle, he does the news show on the British Tech Network, and you can check that out at BritishTechNetwork.com. It's a 5-minute daily tech news show. So anything that's happened overnight for us, Kyle's right on top of and let you know about it in 5 minutes or less. And then if you want to go and dig deeper, you obviously can through lots of other sources. Those are our 3 major updates for 2023 March. The only other thing I'll mention is I will be attending NAB in Las Vegas later in April. If you're going to be there, please drop me an email. If you're a vendor that when you'd like to be on Mac Voices, I will be doing interviews there. And I look forward to seeing some old friends, meeting some new friends, and maybe just hooking up with some listeners. So if you're interested, please drop me an email, chuck@macvoices.com. That leaves us with this month's support report. And as I always do, I want to thank these folks because they're the ones that really do help keep bringing you Mac Voices. Most of these have been with us for quite some time. I deeply, deeply appreciate their support. So here we go. At Platinum, we didn't have anyone this month, but at Gold, we had David G., Robert G., Webb B., and Frank P. At Silver, we had Baz, Craig A., Eric B., Eric C., Bruce E., Tim G., Cletus H., Chuck P., George R., and Daniel S. And at Bronze, we had Max C., Tom C., Brian F., Craig H., Clinton M., John M., and Prop P. So once again, I want to thank the Patreon supporters so much. You guys are the ones that help keep the lights on and keep the show rolling. But I also want to thank everyone else who helps support Mac Voices in a variety of ways, whether it's clicking through our advertiser links or clicking through the Amazon links and buying product that way, or giving us likes or thumbs up or stars or whatever it happens to be on whatever your social media of choice is, and sharing those posts, because sharing those posts help make other folks aware of Mac Voices and what we offer. And I hope that what it does is entertains, informs, and helps you make better use of all your technology, especially your Apple technology, and maybe makes you think along the way a little bit as well. That's the Mac Voices update for March 2023. I'll be back with the April update at the end of April. Meanwhile, I'll be back in the next edition of Mac Voices. As always, I'm Chuck Joyner. Thanks for watching. Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our Facebook group or like our Facebook page, and get more out of your Apple tech with Mac Voices Magazine, free on Flipboard and on the web. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us through either our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MacVoices or by making a one-time donation via the PayPal link on our front page and in the show notes of each episode. You will join these fine people who help bring you Mac Voices. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CacheFly at cachefly.com.